Yeah, welcome to yet another episode of Mr. Vamos Dissect. Apologies, last week we couldn't make an episode because Mr. Vamos Dissect was completing a 5-day jog to Kigali, which was very successful. Of course, I was received by my brothers in Kigali, and of course, it was an interesting way to climax the entire league season 13 that was actually won by Insha FC. Shout out to those guys for bringing the trophy back to their camp, and hard luck to Tiwa Mujuma for the efforts that they put in. And then special appreciation to the entire league organizing committee that enabled most of us to get a grand slam finale to the season. It wasn't a normal thing to see Lions crossing the border to another country, but all we can say is that it was actually a nice end to the season. We go again. Oh well, in this episode of Mr. Vamos Dissect, I think we're going to dissect majorly 4 games, and then we'll give you predictions. As the 4 games, it's going to be a blockbuster weekend. We have the FA Cup coming, we have the quarterfinals, where we get back into some Premier League action, we have some Italian Serie A action, we have some Spanish La Liga action, we have some Bundesliga action. Straight up, we'd like to start with the FA Cup. FA Cup is into the preliminary stages of the quarterfinals. Man United is taking on Liverpool. Chelsea is taking on Leicester City. Well, Man United, Liverpool, this is coming off the back of a whooping. I think Liverpool is coming off the back of a whooping of Sparta Prague. That was in the Europa League. They actually sealed their place. They put in an impressive 6 goals past that side. And now, I don't know if it's a problem for Man United coming up against teams that are winning in Europe, and then they are coming to verse them in a competition or in the Premier League. The last time out, it was against Man City. Of course, the last time out, De Bruyne and co had finished summoning some of their colleagues, so now it's Man United taking on Liverpool. Well, for Jurgen Klopp's side, everything looks like it's coming into shape. Well, Mohamed Salah is back from injury. If you're to notice, Jurgen Klopp was able to rest their center partnership, that is Van Dijk and Konate. And then, of course, I like to talk about goalkeepers. Their goalkeeper has been outstanding ever since the injury of Alisson Becker. That's Kelleher. If you guys watched the game against Chelsea, you notice he put in a star performance inside there, and he was able to enable the young men of Liverpool to bring the trophy home. Well, when you come into the Man United side, they might be boasted by the return of Rasmus Højlund. Mason Mount got back into training. Aaron Wan-Bissaka Spider is back into training. But well, Man United last beat Liverpool at home when the Ten Hag era was beginning. Well, that was a 2-1 win for Man United. That's of course that's the time when Sancho scored a beautiful goal where he left all those guys sleeping in the box. When you're to look into this fixture, it's a tricky one, but it would be a test that will help Man United to get back to speed in regards to winning games, because they managed to take on an Everton side and they won them. Of course, a Bruno Fernandes goal inside there and the Rashford penalty that Bruno Fernandes offered him to win. Well, I think Man United, this time I'm going to go with the Man United win. Well, I think Man United is the underdog in this fixture, but then I think they have a point to prove inside this one, because I think Ten Hag also knows that if he wants to salvage his season, or if he wants to end the season on a high, he has to bring in a point, or he has to bring in a trophy. And this is a test or a fixture that might actually be one of those games that Man United uses to maybe clinch a trophy inside there. So I think Man United takes this one for me, because I think from the coach's point of view, they need a trophy inside there, and then the boys need to get their confidence back. Of course, Garnacho 5-star performance against Everton, he'll be looking to become a thorn into that Liverpool side. So that's a Man United win for you guys. Chelsea taking on Leicester City. This is a pretty interesting fixture, because if you're to check the last 5 outings between Chelsea and Leicester, Chelsea has won 4 of them and drawn 1 fixture. Well, Chelsea, like I said, they normally win whenever they want, but when you get into this fixture, Chelsea is coming off the back of a 3-2 win against Newcastle. Well, it was a pretty nice game to watch. And then, interestingly for me, the thing that I noted most was the Mikhailo Mudryk goal. He's been under a lot of pressure and criticism, but, well, if you're to watch the video again, you see he did a nice finish inside there. He was tricky with the feet. He was quick-paced and all that, and he put in a goal inside there. I think Pochettino is trying to get him ready for games, so he brings him off the bench. And interesting, I like to talk about goalkeepers. Well, I think the Chelsea goalkeeper Petrovic has been standout ahead of Sanchez, who got an injury recently, and I think he will be a formidable person to watch out inside there to keep a clean sheet behind the sticks there. But well, this is a quarterfinal, you can't be sure. And then I'd like to talk about the resurgence of Malo Augusto. Well, Malo Augusto, I think, has been a solid right back for Pochettino. They've not been having a right back over recent years. You know, Reece James has a lot of injuries, but I think he has steadied himself to be someone that is going to be starting games week in, week out. And I think maybe Enzo Fernandez and the main man, the 100 million man, are starting to pick the chemistry. So let's wait and see how that goes. Leicester, on the other hand, at top of the table in the championship. Well, they have not had a good run of results. They've drawn one, lost one. They've drawn one and lost one. And drawn one, lost one, and won one in the month of February. Well, they come against the Chelsea side. Of course, history doesn't suit them at the moment. But you have a resurgent Jamie Vardy who is chasing the top scorer chart in the English Championship. And then when you get inside there, you have a Patson Daka. Well, this is a team that they really changed. And then, interesting for me, that the thing that I picked out the most was the resurgence of a midfield partnership of Dewsbury Hall and Harry Winks. These are people that played in the Premier League, and they're trying to use the experience that they have to maybe see how this Leicester side comes back into the Premier League. Well, if it were up to me in this fixture, I don't really think Leicester is going to offset history and get back into winning ways against Chelsea. I think Chelsea wins this one for me because over the past few weeks, they've shown that they would probably be consistent with the results. Well, one of the other blockbuster games of the weekend, this time round, we'll have an Inter Milan taking on a Napoli. If you're to check their European dreams are all shattered this week, as there's no Italian team that has now qualified for the Champions League quarterfinals. Well, Inter Milan was kicked out by Atletico Madrid. You know, Atletico Madrid must be one of those people that know how to win games. That was on penalties. Jan Black coming clutch for them, saving 2 penalties, and their main man, Lautaro Martinez, skying a penalty. And then Napoli, on the other hand, was knocked out by Barcelona. Pretty impressive display from Barcelona that not very many people expected. But if you're to check this fixture over the recent times, Inter Milan has been dominating this fixture. Personally, I think this fixture will come down to the magic of Lautaro Martinez in the Inter Milan camp, and then of course Victor Osimhen in the Napoli camp. But then I think this game will also be determined from the sides. When you get Kvaratskhelia for Napoli, he's been instrumental this turn of the year. Of course, last year things were not moving well for him. And then when you come back to the Inter Milan side, you have Hakim Çalhanoğlu. Well, I was not really happy by him failing to take a penalty during the week, and yet he's actually been their best spot kick taker. But I think if Çalhanoğlu can pull in the magic for Inter Milan from the other side, and Napoli, Kvaratskhelia is on his game together with Politano, then I think this will be a fixture for us to watch. I must definitely give it an over 2.5, but I think Inter Milan will take the game at the end of the day. Well, the fourth game of the day for you will be Atletico Madrid. Barcelona is taking on Atletico Madrid. In a space of 5 years, Barcelona has made it a habit to beat Atletico Madrid 1-0, 1-0. That's 3 times in the last 5. And then, of course, there's a draw inside there. And ATM managed to sneak in a win inside there, 1-0. That's 1 win in the past 5 years. Talking about European history, coming back from Europe, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona were winners in their respective ties. And interesting to note is Atletico Madrid in the Spanish La Liga has not actually been picking in the points recently. The last time out they lost against Cadiz 2-0. And now, if you guys know Cadiz, these are people that are specialists of the 0-0. Of course, they have a bloke in their goalkeeper, Ledezema, who knows how to keep clean sheets inside there. But none of us expected Cadiz to offset Atletico Madrid. Well, I think they'll be looking into getting Starman Alvaro Morata to be banging in the goals, and then Griezmann has been lagging behind a bit recently. So that is something that they'll be looking to. Well, of course, when you go to the backup point of view, well, they'll be boosted by the return of Andres ter Stegen. He's been around for, I think, 3 weeks or so, and their goalkeeping department has been improving a bit because, of course, their first choice keeper was injured for a long time and he wasn't really coming through for them. And then I think Robert Lewandowski has actually begun picking the form that we all expect him to do. Of course, when he was in Bayern Munich, I think it was just goals. I think there's a video that was on the internet sometime where where Thomas Muller was calling him Robert Lewandowski because, of course, I think he knows where the goal is. He knows how to score the goals. So, well, I think this fixture might be one where Barcelona wants to take it away, because when you check the table, Barcelona is actually above Atletico Madrid by 6 points. But now, if you were up to me and I'm thinking about people winning games, it will also come down to maybe the magic of Barcelona in the midfield. Of course, Pedri came back and got an injury. Gavi is still out with an injured ACL. So I think maybe Gundogan will be able to pull a few strings inside there. And then I'd expect Rafinha to also deliver the goods for you guys in that game. So if it were up to me and I was giving you guys a result, I must definitely give you guys a Barcelona win. A very narrow Barcelona win, because, of course, history shows that they have been picking in narrow wins recently. So those are the 4 main games that you guys should watch out for. Just like I said, I'll give you guys a Man United win. I'll give you guys over 2.5 Inter Milan Napoli with an Inter Milan win. Barcelona narrow 1-0 win. And then what? What's the next game? And then Chelsea taking on Leicester City. That's a Chelsea win. Well, just like I had said, I had cooked for you guys something in regards to maybe a bet slip or something. Today I actually got you guys some wins and some both teams to score. Well, if we're to start with the wins, Burnley takes on Brentford. I'll give you guys a Brentford win. Darmstadt takes on Bayern Munich. I'd give you guys a Bayern win. Frosinone takes on Lazio. That's a Lazio win. Atletico Bilbao at home takes on Alaves. That's an Atletico Bilbao win. Osasuna takes on Real Madrid. Osasuna is at home, but a tricky test. I'll still give Real Madrid a win. Freiburg takes on Leverkusen. Of course, Leverkusen is unbeaten the whole season. That's an automatic Leverkusen win. Roma takes on Sassuolo. That's a Roma win. Of course, the main man is actually playing a lot of football, and Dybala being unlocked is bad news for anyone in Italy. Juventus takes on Genoa. That's a Juventus win. And then I think those would be my wins for this weekend. And then both teams to score. Luton takes on Nottingham Forest. Both of these teams have been scoring goals lately, so I expect both of those teams to score. Hoffenheim takes on Stuttgart. Stuttgart is also one of those teams that have made it a point to score in every game. And of course, Stuttgart with Gyasi and Unda Vincent there will most definitely be looking for a goal. So that's a goal for you. West Ham City takes on Aston Villa. That's a pretty interesting game in London. That's a both teams to score. Rennes takes on Marseille. Marseille, one of the best outfits in France. So that's a both teams to score. Dortmund takes on Frankfurt. Both teams to score inside there. Atlanta takes on Fiorentina. Those are some of the most impressive sides in Italy right now. That's both teams to score for you. Villarreal takes on Valencia. Both teams to score. And then Celta Vigo takes on Sevilla. This game has been having both teams to score for like the past 5 outings. So I'll be rating myself on these predictions the next time out. But of course, it's always a pleasure being on set. And of course, talking about football, because we love to talk about football here at Mr. Vamos Dissect. We will never forget to talk about the people that are putting in us money. Luminam Investments, of course, came on board. They've been putting in a few things here and there. Of course, just like I said, it's a money, not money laundering. It's a money, well, it's of course the motto, the slogan is the ease of getting money. So they're most definitely going to help you with money when you need some money. When you need to inject money in a business here and there, will be your guys. They're going to help you with Airbnb services. And then we have, of course, GR Consult. It's an environmental consultancy firm, of course, dealing with pollution and the likes. I'll most definitely give you a lot of their information in the bio. Aside from that, we'd like to thank you guys for sticking in with Mr. Vamos and sharing the content. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and keep the feedback coming about the show. And then on an important note, we're able to hit 8,000 views, and that's really wowing to some of us because, well, it's been a journey and we continue to dissect. Otherwise, peace and love, we go again.